as somebody that grew up on government assistance and food stamps, I'm not mad at Trump at all for cutting some of the government benefits that they're giving out, because y'all, let's not act as if people aren't abusing this. Let's not act as if we ain't got an epidemic of people who just don't want to go to work because they expect the government to take care of them. I saw two people on TikTok the other day arguing, and it was a man and a woman, and the man wanted to go to work. The woman was mad at him, yelling at him, would not let him go to work because of the fact if they found out about his income, she would lose her government-funded housing and she would lose her benefits. And she would not let the man go to work because she didn't want to lose that. And I think that's an issue in America, bro. Like, there's a lot of people that do that. Y'all, if Trump is opening up more jobs, then you should want to get up and go work and not have to depend on the government.
Now you making too much sense, young man. You talking about people that actually do want to work, and what we've created in this society, and it's been happening since probably way before I was born, because I remember back in the 80s when I was born, early in the 80s. I know I'm dating myself here. I remember early in the 80s where, and in the 90s and in the 2000s, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember people, women specifically, actually still being in a relationship with the children and the father's child, and they had no problem making sure that they went down to the offices, the social services offices, and would basically say, yo, I don't know where he is, I don't know who he is, or whatever, I need help. And they would get all of the welfare, all of the food stamps, all of the social services, and all of the Section 8. And they were incentivized to continue to have children because the more children you had, the more of a bigger tax return you got, and the more you could take advantage of the system. And so it was almost like it was something that you didn't necessarily have to debate against because it was so normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, the system was supposed to be built so that you can ultimately get yourself out of this situation and find yourself actually working and being a contributing member of society. The children themselves were ashamed. They were ashamed to actually be on social services. So, if your friends found out that you lived in a project, or, back then they actually had physical food stamps. It was looking like money, but it was like fake money. It was like monopoly money. And it came on a little thing that you tear it off. And when you went to the store and you actually paid with food stamps, you could get laughed at. And so it was shamed for the children, but it was embraced by the mothers, and they leveraged it in order to continue to run it up. And so when I see people on the internet complaining, and let's be clear, I only see women. I don't know what the hell is happening. I only see women complaining about food stamps. I only see them complaining about social services. I only see them complaining about welfare, but they keep having children. They keep on having kids. And so it's difficult for me to feel sorry for people that are purposely, even on the internet today, embracing and telling on themselves. And it's not just black women, it's actually majority white women that are on this app, talking about different things about how it is that they take advantage of the system. And it's hard for me to feel sorry for anybody that basically has spent a lifetime taking advantage of our tax dollars, and it should be looked down upon, because you shouldn't be looked down upon as a person that needs it, but you should be looked down upon as a person that takes advantage of it. Because in my opinion, that is the very definition of fraud. And it's a lot of chicks that's out here frauding too. Yes, they will lie to the worker and tell them, "Oh my God," and they'll put on they voice, and that's why I have a hard time trusting people. And if I don't know you, and if I haven't built up some kind of social equity with you, it's difficult for me to just take people at their word, because I know that they're finessing the system. And we've all seen, if you have not went through it yourself, we've all seen people that take advantage of and finesse the system. Then they have a refrigerator worth of food. As a matter of fact, one of the finesses that they like to do a lot of times is they get their food stamps or their government social services, and then they'll get whatever it is that they need, and then they'll use the rest, not for the children, but to actually sell it so they can get 50 cents on the dollar, the real money, because they'll trade in the food for the actual cash to people that then want to use it. Or they'll say, here, take my EBT card, my social services card, and go to the store and get what you want. And you can just basically buy anything you want: lobster, shrimp, and all of that. They eating better than you. They weigh more than you, eat better than you, and they can get free health care on the back end. And so when Trump is now coming in and saying, listen, no more social services, no more handouts. If you want to be on it, you got to work at least 20 hours. You got to do at least some volunteer work, or you got to go to school to actually be putting yourself in a position to get a job. When did that become a bad thing to want to actually do for yourself instead of staying on social services?
The government assistance is a stepping stone to help you get to a point to where you can get back on your feet and do for yourself and take
Fact.
care of yourself. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, well, just sit back and let people who go out and work take care of me so I can live an easy life because I need to live an easy life for whatever reason, bro. All of us have to get up and work. White people, black people, Mexicans, everybody got to get up and work. Nobody is owed anything by the government. Nobody is owed anything by America. Nobody deserves no handouts, bro. I don't want no handouts. So, and Trump didn't cut the government benefits out. Like, y'all are making it seem like he just got rid of it. He just made stricter eligibility requirements. So one of them is you got to work at least 80 hours a month, not a week, a month. That is 20 hours a week, 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Bro, if you can't do that, and you expect people who go out and work 50, 60, 80 hours a week to use their tax dollars to take care of you, then you the issue, bro. And you are the main ones that Trump is targeting to get off of this and get up off of your ass and go do something for yourself. So I'm not mad at it at all, bro. He opening up more jobs, so y'all not have no issue, and y'all can get up and go get off y'all behind.
Get up to work. Get up. Get up. Get up. Stop laying on your back and start standing on your feet. That's my new slogan. That's my new slogan. That's my slogan when I run for office one day. I can't imagine myself ever running for the office. Get off your back and get on your feet. That's the slogan. Real talk, because people keep having kids. There are women. Do y'all know that there are women that will intentionally get pregnant every so many years to make sure that they can maintain their benefits? That a lot of people were having children, not because they actually cared about the kids, but because they were using the kids in order to run up a bag and to keep their social services and to keep their food stamp eligibility and to keep their WIC and to keep their Section 8 housing and all of that, right? And Section 8 housing is not even just like staying in the ghetto or the hood or nothing like that. There are Section 8 housing, because me being in real estate, obviously I'm familiar with different people that want Section 8 housing that actually live in really decent neighborhoods. And so it's crazy to know that people are so entitled, not just that they would be finessing the system, because we know that it's always going to be people that finesse the system, right? Like that just goes without saying. It's going to be good, it's going to be bad, it's going to be people that take advantage of it and all of that. They mess it up for everybody. But then when the jig is up, right? You've been winning all of this time, you've been stealing all of the taxpayer dollars, you haven't really needed it, your children ain't getting fed the way that they supposed to, you've been having a good time. When the jig is up, you supposed to say, you know what? We had a good run. It is what it is. We finally got a president. You know what? I still stand with the president. It is the right thing to do. And so we're going to move a little bit differently. No, these people are having full-blown meltdowns, picking up their phones, going off on the people that voted for Trump, expecting for us to continue to go in debt so that they can continue to be a part of the fraud, waste, and abuse that is happening in the federal government. And they think that it's okay. They think that it's cool for us to still be living like this and that this is supposed to play out the way that it's playing out. And we're not going to trip about it. We okay with being taxed more. Shout out to the people in New York. Y'all are going through it right now. The logical people, the few logical people that still stay, live, and work and play in New York, y'all are going through it with these new elections and all of this stuff. And, you know, they trying to go over into your neighborhood and target you in your neighborhood and say that you should be paying more so that they can be more equitable. They trying to have government ran housing, government ran grocery stores. It's basically a form of communism, and they trying to move into socialism in an extreme protest against the fact that everybody and every human being is supposed to stand on their own 2 feet and get off their back. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. I always like to link back to the content creator in order to give credit. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. The best day to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.